becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk.
Hey, Make We Talk right here on Roots FM 96.1 on the FM. Then it's a Make We Talk Tuesday with Jeffrey Tavares.
Thank you very much, Miss Isis. Thank you so much. This is the Make We Talk program here on Roots 96.1 FM, the voice of the inner city, the voice of voiceless Jamaicans. Today's topic is the call for action for all Jamaicans. That is the topic today. We're going to have some esteemed guests coming on. We're going to speak about what is going on in the land of wood and water. I have with me now, joining us is JamaiCAN Carlos, who is joining us. We're going to also have pretty soon Herbert Nelson Jr. and Mr. Wilfred Rattigan. They're going to join us pretty soon to come on the program here. But in the meantime, we're going to speak about issues and solutions that we have to offer for the country of the land of wood and water. Carlos, welcome to the program, man.
Good morning, brother. How you doing? And viewers, good morning, everybody. All right, let me get a nice part. Me look good?
Yes, it's just not too much. Okay, there we go. No more nice now. That's good. Yes. We're waiting on other distinguished guests to come on in. Carlos, it's a call for action. Call for action for all Jamaicans from all walks of life to really sit down and come up with plans to solve Jamaica's problem that we are facing. And to rally around a single cause and a single purpose. And the cause and the single purpose that we're running around this morning is the One Legal Defense Fund. The One Legal Defense Fund that every one of us needs to rally around. It doesn't matter what platform we have. It doesn't matter from what political elite you're from. I'm a neutral person. And it's all about the land of wood and water. For me. So this afternoon, or this morning rather, I keep on saying this afternoon. This morning rather, it is a call for action. We have to rally around the One Jamaica Legal Defense Fund. The One Jamaica Legal Defense Fund that we need to rally around. And it goes like this. You can go to Google, ojldf.org. That's ojldf.org. And you can see everything there that you need to help us with. We have a bank account number at Citibank, and the account numbers are there. Because Jamaica has reached a point where something needs to be done. You have Jamaicans from all walks of life talking about what's going on in the land of wood and water. Jamaicans who lives in the diaspora and non-Jamaicans. And I think Jamaicans have reached a point where they're sick and fed up of the two political parties in the country. A lot of people may say, Jeffrey, you must stop saying it. I will not stop saying it. No better barrel, no better herring. Jamaica did not get to where it is because of Andrew Holness alone. Jamaica get to where it is from we became independent. And even before we became independent. This country have been swapping black dog for monkey from 1932 until now. And we, the younger set of Jamaicans, must stand up, must rise up.
Yep, I agree. Jeffrey, I'm asking anybody on the YouTube, go ahead and watching this live, go ahead and share it to my people from my page over here. So, Darrett, Elliott, David, Jervis, Cynthia, B, all you guys, everybody who are listening to this video. This is for us, people. This video is what we see right now is for everybody. It no matter what color shirt you put on this man, no matter if you don't put on a shirt at all. This is about the future of the country. And we have to live by this. Get up, stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. You understand me? And there's another saying goes like this. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. It shows that freedom is accessible. But who can free our mind? None but us. Those not over there, so none but us can free our mind. So everybody have a pitch in, not just vloggers alone. Everybody have a duty. Everybody owes something to them. The grandkids coming, and the grandkids to the future generation. So this is our time now, people, to step in. So this gathering is all about that. To be here.
Yes, indeed. We're still waiting on our other esteemed guests to come on. I hear they're saying that the murder rate in our country, our homicide has gone down a certain percent. Yet homicide may have gone down according to them. Yet in the same SOE that they're having in Montego Bay, how many Jamaicans have been gunned down like Blackbird? I hear Bounty Killer come out swinging against what is going on in the country. And when you hear singers like those come out swinging against what is going on in the country, you must know. Yes, sir.
You know that, Jeff, with all due respect, I'm not saying that nobody I tell lie, but hard to trust any numbers, anything, figures given by this current government. With all due respect, Jeff.
Yes.
It's hard to really believe numbers coming out because to look good, numbers can be fixed a certain way for things to look good. And that is how I feel. Jeffrey.
Yes. And you know something, Carlos? As somebody said to us yesterday, Mr. Rattigan and myself, that Jamaicans need to stand up. We are doing the fight here in the diaspora. But until our people get the reality and the realization of what is going on, then the Jamaica that we seek will never come from the two political parties. The Jamaica that we seek will never come from the People's National Party or the Jamaica Labour Party. The Jamaica that we seek will never come from a third party or a fourth party. If the people of the country who put ourselves in the position that we're in now, if we the people, we the favorite few, don't stand up and say enough is enough, then I'm sorry. The nation that we seek to have and the nation that we seek to leave for our children will not be that nation. So we the people, we the Jamaican people, we the Caribbean people, must stand up and speak out for the fundamental rights of our country. I have with me joining us now retired FBI agent, talk show host, the man hailed from Waterhouse, a former diplomat in his own right, attorney at law, Wilfred Rattigan. Mr. Rattigan, welcome to the Make We Talk program. Will, what on earth is going on here now? We're not by hearing it for Will. Will, are you hearing us?
Yeah, can't hear you now. Yeah.
Oh,
Good afternoon. No, morning still.
I was saying, I'm not by hearing it for you.
Well, we need that too, we need everything. Every bit of assistance we can get now, I will take. Morning to you, JamaiCAN Carlos, Jeffrey Tavares, Make We Talk, and all of the listening, viewing audience all over the world. What the rest of the people in there?
I haven't seen anybody else yet. I haven't seen Herb come on.
Morning, brother.
Didn't you say 1 o'clock? At 1 o'clock, you say?
No. I said 11 o'clock.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. So who was supposed to join?
It was only you, Herb, and Carlos.
Okay, so Herb missing. All right.
Yes.
You call him?
I tried to call, but I didn't get through to him.
Herb and I was on the and we both decided to get off and see it at 11 o'clock. So I think, if you remember, I said he was traveling, he's going to be in his car or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Mr. Rattigan.
Yes, sir.
This is a call for action for all Jamaicans to rally around a single cause and a single purpose. And the cause and the single purpose that we're rallying around is the One Legal Defense Fund that Jamaicans must understand that we in the diaspora will not continue sending our hard-earned money. And all they think about is come up here and scam members of the diaspora, go back down and run election.
Who's doing that?
The people of the Vumvavon, the Vumvavi.
Okay.
You see? So we, along with Wilfred Rattigan, has the One Legal Defense Fund that you all need to rally around. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel here, the Make We Talk channel. Mr. Rattigan, tell us some more about the One Legal Defense Fund, sir.
Okay. I'm trying to call her, but phone is just ringing. All right, I'll hang up. All right. One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. It came out of a frustration of having politicians tell us the truth. Jamaican politicians tell us the truth and to be held accountable. History is replete with events where politicians were accused of criminal activity and the matter got swept under the rug. Or even if the event complained of wasn't criminal in nature, it certainly had to do with good governance and accountability and transparency. And that too was swept under the rug. So we decided, okay, we've asked them to act in accordance with the principles enunciated by the Integrity Commission. Those 7 principles where they're supposed to be transparent, be accountable, be honest, be all that stuff. And no matter how we try to get them to abide by those principles, it just didn't happen. So we decided, okay, you know what? Let's try something different, because that was the strategy for the diaspora as well as people in Jamaica for decades. So we decided to hold them accountable. And when I say them, I mean this government and subsequent governments accountable by way of lawsuits, number 1, public relations campaign, number 2, background investigations, number 3, protests, number 4, and number 5 is to engage with foreign partners or donors and let them know what's going on with taxpayers' dollars and pounds in the UK, Canada, and the US, to bring it to the attention of the lawmakers so that they can then exert pressure on the Jamaican government through the State Department and the various foreign ministries and hold them accountable. Because since the people of Jamaica cannot hold them accountable, and since we cannot hold them accountable by doing the honorable thing, which is just to ask them, then we have to take some different steps. I wouldn't even call them drastic, because these are just steps that you have to take to, at the next level because they're not in compliance with a whole bunch of rules, regulations, laws, protocols, etc. And so we're asking the people in Jamaica, the diaspora, and friends of Jamaica. You don't have to be a Jamaican to make a donation to this fund. And we're asking them to donate whatever they can. We understand that it's Christmas. It's still in the spirit of giving, but we know that you're going to give to your family and friends first. We understand that. But whatever you can donate, that's fine, because it will go towards a worthy cause. We have one lawsuit pending right now against, and it's the appeal of the Kamina Johnson-Smith case, that she received a favorable decision at the Supreme Court level. So now it's at the Court of Appeal level. And we believe that this is an issue that every Jamaican and friends of Jamaica should fight for, because the central issue is who has the legal right to bring a lawsuit in Jamaica. That's the central issue. It affects every one of us, whether you live in Jamaica or overseas. You need to know who can bring a lawsuit. They're saying, the court, and I respect the court's opinion, the court said that essentially that if you live overseas and if you're not directly and personally affected by the actions that you're complaining about, then you can't bring the lawsuit.
And I think, Mr. Rattigan, it is your opinion that, you know, we respect the court. But I personally believe, as a Jamaican citizen, the whole of a Jamaican passport, you have a legal right to bring a lawsuit against anybody. That is my honest opinion. And until the Constitution speak differently, then I will say, or the law of the land speak differently, then I will say, go ahead,
I'll tell you what, you don't even have to have a passport. You just need to have a birth certificate. And you don't even need a birth certificate, because you can acquire citizenship in Jamaica 3 ways. You can acquire citizenship by birth, which is self-explanatory. By descent, if you were born in America, UK, wherever you're born in the world, and your parents are Jamaicans, then or even one, I believe, then you can acquire Jamaican citizenship by descent. And the third way is by marriage. So it's not even the passport, because you have a lot of people who are born in America, for example. They are Jamaicans. They just need to apply for the passport, but they are Jamaicans by virtue of the fact that their parents are Jamaican. Look at the reggae boys. Look at the reggae girls. Need I say more?
Nope.
You know, they have people on the team that they weren't born in Jamaica. They weren't born in Jamaica, and they're not married to a Jamaican. So how did they get their citizenship? By descent. The parents are Jamaican. So are you saying then that it's good enough that we can come and we can play for Jamaica and we can do this, but we can't bring a lawsuit in Jamaica? That's what they're saying.
In other words, Mr. What they're saying to the reggae girls and the reggae boys, you can't bring a lawsuit against the JFF because you're not a Jamaican.
Well, if any decision taken by the Football Federation, if it affects them directly, then they can say, okay, we're directly affected, and so. But then the question still is, how do you get standing? And all standing means is interest. What is your interest in this? And my interest in the Kamina Johnson-Smith case is one concerning it's one concerning the politicians. No, it's for not fertilizer. It's for the politicians to adhere to the rules, which is if you're supposed to, if you're look, the laws in Jamaica, they're all made for one. They're made for everybody. We don't have 2 sets of laws, but what we're seeing is the application is different. They'll apply different, from they'll use the same rules and they'll apply it differently when they come to Carlos than when they as opposed to me, and that shouldn't be the case, right? Because what happened is that she was supposed to file for a receipt of a gift of services, and she didn't. And the law says, I'm not making up the law. The law is there. It's the Financial Administrative and Audit Act, and it says, as a government official, if you receive a gift, whether it's a gift of cash or in kind, like consultancy services, then you have to declare it. You have to declare it on your statutory declaration. You have to declare it to the tax administration. You have to declare it to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade in this minister's case. You have to declare it to the Ministry of Finance and Public Service. And she didn't do any of that. And she said it. In essence, she said, I didn't get a gift. So if you didn't get a gift, then you don't file. Right? And that was my interest in it, to say, no. We can't allow this to happen. And to be frank with you, she lied. And she knows it. She knows it. She lied because Finn Partners gave her the gift, and Finn Partners told the US government that they gave her the gift. And the Jamaican government said that they didn't get a gift. She said it was the Jamaican government who got the benefit. I have letters from 7 offices saying that they didn't get any gift, they didn't get any benefit, including the cabinet and the office of the prime minister. So she lied. So we have to hold them accountable. We cannot. And you see what happened in Jamaica? What we tend to do is we tend to say, oh, Cho, it's, I don't know, big deal, you know. I let them go, and then something else happens on a different level. Oh, Cho, I don't know, big deal, make it go. And before you know it, it's a big deal and you can't do anything about it. And that's where we are. So I am appealing to the people of Jamaica that if you have information about corruption or failure to adhere to a rule, a statute, a law, protocol, the Constitution, whatever, fight. And if you're afraid to fight, then send the information to me.
Yes.
Send the information to me. I'll shoulder it. And that's the whole purpose of the One Jamaica Legal Defense Fund Foundation. It's not as presently as constituted. In terms of legal filings, the foundation cannot provide financial assistance to people who are in need. Cannot do that. That would require the board of directors to make a change. But what it can do at this point is that its purpose is to hold government accountable. And that's where the money is going. The money is going, as I said to you before, we're looking in 5 areas: lawsuits, public relations campaign, background investigations, protests, and meetings with donor agencies and donor countries. That's the purpose of that. And I tell you what, it's making headway, because I guarantee you right now that any government official in Jamaica who's going to get a gift of services or cash, they're going to have to find another way of doing it. They're going to think twice now, because they saw what happened. And they see what's happening right now. So they're going to think twice. So even if it's only to make them think twice and not do it, that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how people might want to, a while ago is donate to people. People might need help. This it could be.
Carlos, hold on there. Carlos, you're going in and out. Can hardly hear. You're going in and out.
Can you hear me better now?
A little much better. Yeah. But don't move your head left and right. Just speak straight into the camera and the mic.
No, when the Legal Defense Fund right here could be fully what it is for. It's what name Legal Defense Fund. Our problem is corruption. And if we can nip corruption in the bud, that's what we're gonna do. Over the years, we in the diaspora have been sending aid to people, sending barrels of food, blessing many foundation in Jamaica, charities. We have helped a lot of people. Me, myself, and my platform have helped a lot of people. Heavily in the Big C also. Help a lot of youth with tablet and laptop and other things. So, but as that brought us, can we go back to Jamaica feeling comfortable with all the investment we spend in Jamaica, and with all the giving back, with all the trying youth that are needy that we try to help? Where that leave us? Same place, nothing, nowhere, scared to go back to Jamaica. Politicians continue to do whatever they want to do. So with this foundation right now is serious, and it's supposed to be for a purpose only to fight corruption. Next slide.
Yeah. And the thing is, if you look at the corruption index where Jamaica is, it's at a place where it shouldn't be. That's just a corruption index. And if you look at the state of Jamaica, where it is, it's at a place where it shouldn't be. Because if you look at the amount of money pouring into Jamaica through technical services, loans, and financial donations from donor agencies and donor countries, Jamaica should not be at the place. I think at 12% of Jamaica right now, 12% of the population is considered at the poverty level. That should have never happened with all the money that's flying into all the money that's going to Jamaica. That should never happen. So the question then is, okay, the money reached Jamaica. Where is the money? Because we're asking for accountability, and so far we can't get a proper accountability as to where the money is.
And the last time we checked, sorry to cut Mr. Rattigan, the last time we checked is over 3-point-something billion dollars, 1/3 of $1 trillion, eh?
And that's just for a limited period. That's just about
from 2015
I think from 2016 to 2019 it was 2 or 18 it was 2.2, and then since then we've had COVID funds just way surpassed that. One category of loans for COVID was a little over $750 million US, and since then they've gotten more money. And then you say, where did the money go? Where did the money go? Look, there is a
Hold on for me, Mr. Rattigan. We're going to take a quick break on Roots 96.1 FM. But we on the YouTube channel won't take a quick break. Roots take a quick break. We'll be right back on Roots 96.1 FM. But we still stay on the Make We Talk YouTube channel. Mr. Rattigan, go ahead.
Yeah, look at that district in Manchester that Dorrit was on this past. It's forgotten. And she said it. She said, look, we've had PNP representation, we've had JLP representation, and nothing has changed. Now it's even worse. Now she's saying it's even worse because now she approached her first name is Rhoda, the MP.
Rhoda Crawford.
Yeah, she approached her personally, and said, listen, you need to take care of this district here. You need to, we have holes that haven't been filled. And we were promised holes because of bauxite mining. And we were told that they would be filled. We don't have roads. We don't have water. Lots of things we don't have, and we've been promised them. And then the lady said to her, Rhoda said, no, I don't want to talk about Alpart and what's going on. I don't want to talk about it. And I'm like, that's what you should talk about because it's affecting party constituency.
Isn't she the member of parliament for that area?
She is the MP for that area.
So Madam Rhoda Crawford, you know I don't call your name in, Miss Crawford, because I know you. You know me and I know you. You've been on my program many times, Madam Crawford. So who the people must go to if it's not you, ma'am?
And they don't, and by the way, they don't have a council. The councillor died, I think, last year or early this year or whatever. So they don't have a council. No, so it's just the MP. And they had a meeting with her and she just said, I don't want to talk about it.
Wow. So there is no councillor. And the big man refused to call local government election to give the councillor, to give the people of central Manchester a councillor in that area to go to Miss Crawford. So they go directly to MP Rhoda Crawford to ask for help. And she's going to tell this constituency, members of the constituency, that she don't want to talk about Alpart. Then who must talk about Alpart, Madam Crawford?
Me and you and Carlos and Lonesome and Herb and the rest of it. We have to talk about. We have to carry that for the people, and because they make the effort. Them go to her and say, look, you are our MP. Please help us. Tell us what's going on here. And she said, no. She just shoo them away like flies. She just said, sure.
It's not the first time, Will, and Jeff. Remember this politician was called about her constituency and the water there. I remember she told the reporter must call NWC, and she rushed him off the phone. Remember?
Yes, man. Is Juliet Cuthbert the Flynn? That's what we call her, you know. Juliet Cuthbert the Flynn.
Who's now the junior minister and the Minister of National Security?
Then God help us, we must dead like a dog. Then must shoot us down like Blackbird. Because if she gonna tell people of her constituency in St. Andrew to call National Water Commission. I tell you something, you know. Is some of these people that go around and they walk hills and valleys and cross river. They are climbing the mountain peak to get people vote. And when they get the vote, they don't know it anymore. They're just like dog. Because the people of Jamaica love to suck up to these people. And they must understand that they are the servant of the people, for the people, and by the people. And until we in our country understand that those people who hold offices in Jamaica, they are our servant. They serve us. We have respect for them, yes. But some of them disrespect me like Everett Warmington, who has no respect for the Jamaican people. But yet he sits in the parliament and then get out of the old Jeffrey behave yourself.
You see?
Out of nation, whatever they want to call it. Out of old donkey and old jackass. Make a behave myself by the pan roost this morning. The time has come, Jamaicans, to stand up, rally around the One Jamaica Legal Defense Fund. Rally around us. We are not any organization that give out misinformation, according to the Minister of Misinformation, Mr. Nestor Morgan, who gets an award for the greatest misinformation in the history of this country. Is him get it? Because all he does is go around and misinform the people. But we, the people of this country, stop this PNP and JLP shibangarang and stand up for this piece of rock. I didn't come to preach this morning. Mr. Rattigan, is your program. Go ahead, sir.
My program. But no, like Carlos mentioned this morning with a prior discussion, and he said, you know, on one level, we don't have to do this, right? We don't have to do this because we have families, we have other interests, you know, we have our personal lives, we have our business lives, you know, we don't have to do this. But on another level, we have to, because we don't forget where we come from. We don't forget where we come from. And, you know, when I think back, and not only, I don't even have to go too far back, because I talk to the people in our water house on a daily basis, and people from other parts of Kingston and St. Andrew. And when you talk to them and you realize, I'll give you an example. There's I won't call her name, but a very reputable professional, known to both parties. She told me that she was in Jamaica not too long ago, and she said it was depressing what she saw. She said, you know, she said, look, the unemployment rate has been announced as 4.5%, right? So we're almost at full employment. But she said, what she saw a lot of young men just hanging out on corners, no jobs.
Digging out the hand, Miguel.
Yeah, no job. She said it was just depressing when you look around. Just a whole bunch of men. Them hang out at them cook shop or some domino spot or a bar, and them just hang out, loitering, nothing to do. So she said them never count them. Some people not even looking for a job. They never even count them people, which is, she said, based on her observation, is a significant portion of the population where she stayed. Mm-hmm. She also mentioned to me that she went to certain parts of Jamaica and people live big life. Tourists live big life. She said the Jamaican white people live big life. And you see a smattering of black people, black Jamaicans, the one of them who made it, right? But she said by and large, it's just a few people that live big life in Jamaica. Just a few people. And
it's the people of the effluence of Upper St. Andrew.
You're cruel.
Yes. The people who love to sit in their courtyard. Jeffrey, behave yourself. Behave yourself, Jeffrey Tavares. Behave yourself.
You're cruel.
I'm just coming from Japan, right? To Savumba V. We just come a while ago, and what Will said a while ago, an alignment. Because I was among youths. I'm on the street, I'm around the youth. I'm even asked them. They said the Prime Minister say a full employment almost here. Work is everywhere. Them say them don't know what the Prime Minister talk about. Let me tell you, there's a youth in Jamaica and they want work. You see, some people say the youth don't want work. Me don't know about the youth them you guys encounter. Maybe some. But most of the youth I encounter will. And if you go to Jamaica and have any project to conduct, take care of, you're gonna realize that too. It's not hard to get some man to work for you. You have to tell man say, no, you can't get no work to me, have enough man. There's youth out there want to work. Some of them know how some people get the idea that Jamaica youth they don't want to work. Me hear the Prime Minister said the other day that my int like they are gonna go overseas and bring in some workers, like we don't have the work. Another thing we don't see the problem with that. You have heart. You have all this vocational school in Jamaica. Your lead the country is like a town planning development. You know what is going to happen 20 years and what is going to be here, what's going to build here, where the road is going to be at. You know what is going to come in the country. Why not educate the young people so they can fit the job that we have today? Why are you bringing people? Why we have a heart, we have several vocational high school in Jamaica. Why not train the youth them into what we have going on today? Instead of coming to the Prime Minister was going to be long ago. And now we're going to see, now we hear them worry about bringing workers from overseas, importing workers. Me hear them.
Yes.
It was only last year, no. It was only last year. Big up yourself, Herb. It was only last year. It was only last year, no, Carlos. That last December 2022, where the Prime Minister said that that if you want to work, there are jobs there. And he said, they realize that they have some people with some people, them all them want to do is chop and dig out them hand middle. That's what I'm saying. Him say, but if you want work, there's work there. But I keep telling people that even if you assume that what he's saying is true, that is 4.something%. Look at the jobs though. The jobs, they're menial jobs, they're minimum wage paying jobs. Now, if you have a wife, a girlfriend, a baby mother, and you have a few children, 2, 3, how is that 13,000 going to help? How far can that stretch?
Not only that, I'm going to do a program on the cost of living sometime during this week. That coronation market produce gone sky high. We have with us the senior in our midst, the man that we all look up to, the father of the Make We Talk program, the Wilfred Rattigan program, and all the other programs that go on. Mr. Herbert Nelson Jr., security analyst, a man who comes from Jamaica, who loves his country passionately. And before we go to Mr. Nelson, we must say this. I think, Mr. Rattigan, that the organization, the One Legal Defense Fund, the One Jamaica Legal Defense Fund, should reach out to Mr. Don Anderson for him to do a survey of those who are unemployed in Jamaica. A true figure needs to be given to the people of this country. Because obviously starting cook their books, and I would apologize, and these are my views, not Roots FM views. The Statistical Institute of Jamaica cooking the books. Or no cooking the books to suit the politicians. I can be myself this morning. Mr. Nelson, welcome to the program, sir.
Hey, thank you very much, Jeffrey. Greetings to Will and to JamaiCAN Carlos. And let me tell you, we have a whole saying in our arena, intelligence arena. Figures lie and liars figure. So you go figure. Anytime you have people that want to show something as the truth, then they get articles written in the Miami Herald saying how great they are and how great Jamaica is. And it is stunning to a lot of Jamaicans that you go to these great lengths for PR and for people to write things about you, but you never sit down and actually answer the charges from Integrity Commission about your returns, and you never sit down and declare who the 6 culprits are in Parliament. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
Mr. Nelson, hold on for me. Before we go any further, make you come back. I must say good morning and good afternoon to one of Jamaica's finest stateswomen of all time. A woman who stands up for her Jamaican people and who continues to stand for her Jamaican people although she's in retirement. Ambassador Aluma Samba, someone who I look up to, someone who I have the greatest respect for. Good morning, Ambassador, and welcome to the program. Mr. Nelson, go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't hear the ambassador at all. Are we able to hear her?
No, she's online. She's online, typing away.
Oh, okay, I got you.
We'll have her. We'll have her on one of these days, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but certainly, as I just mentioned, they're not answering direct questions and putting the population at ease, right? They are doing a lot of Mickey Mouse things that, especially in the head count of jobs, because I never knew in the United States that we were counting people who are panhandlers saying that they have a job. That was not what the job count was intended for people panhandling or for people cleaning windshields, right? Those young men and women out there doing that stuff, they need some type of formal training from Heart Foundation. The Heart Foundation program needs to be expanded so that these people have a skill set that they can call on. Carpentry, masonry, hairdressing, whatever the case is, they need to be able to show that they have skills and that those skills are indeed, viable for Jamaica. I can tell you, Jamaica is not an easy place when it comes to expenses, because I spent months there at a time. And when I spent the months there, then what it turns out to is my retirement salary was being eaten up in 2 weeks. I couldn't live for a whole month. I had to be sending back to Virginia for more money. So if my retirement salary is being eaten up and it's that little bit of money, then I know that the people of Jamaica need to have their revision with job training and in giving them a skill set that they indeed can survive, right? They're not going to survive otherwise.
Mr. Nelson,
And
let me ask you, Mr. Nelson. Based on what is going on in Jamaica now, today's topic is a call for action.
Yeah.
A call for action from Jamaicans from all walks of life. Jamaicans in the diaspora in the United States, Jamaicans in the diaspora in London, in Canada, in the Cayman Islands, in Bahamas, in Europe, in South Africa, all over. Jamaicans this is a call for action. It's action time now. No chat according to the Baroness of Patricia Scotland, the Baroness of the Secretary of the Commonwealth. So she don't know chat with Andrew and Emilia Johnson Smith. She don't know chat. The time is action time now. Now we, the people of our country, must stand up and face the fundamental problem that we're facing and speak out and do something about it.
Well, it's been a long time coming, but the diaspora, even though we have done a whole lot, like increase our remittances from 2.3 to 3.5 billion over 2 years. We consistently did it. So it tells me that the diaspora dug real deep and came up with an extra $1 billion. So if the diaspora can dig deep and come up with an extra $1 billion, the government can do the same. They should put out matching funds for everything the diaspora does, because they get so much money which they are still unaccountable for from the government of the United States, from the government of the United Kingdom, and from the government of Canada. There should be no reason why they can't match those funds and use it exclusively for the purpose for which it was intended, which is our young people, right? Making sure our young people have jobs, have careers, making sure that they are indeed prepared for the 21st century.
Yeah.
And nobody can come into the 21st century telling you that your job is to wipe windshields. I know, by the way, you only have that job maybe 3 times a week when you should be in school, right? You should be in school and you should be studying either vocational technical program, because most of those kids will not make it to any of the universities in Jamaica. So we have to make sure we equip them for life and those life skills they do need. The diaspora has done it's more than its fair share, and we're going to have to do more in terms of getting together with your respective parliamentarians wherever you are, and that includes here in Washington, right? We're going to have people that just spoke to, and we have to paint a picture to that grim the young people make up.
Yes, Sir Herb, we're losing you, Sir Herb.
Transparency, and we no accountability. Yeah,
We're losing you. We say we can connect back with you.
I didn't hear
We
it.
don't have enough time.
I didn't hear you.
We're losing you a while ago. We were losing you.
Yeah.
You're getting muffled.
Oh, I got you. I got you. Yeah. Well, I'm on the road, so I got to make this. I'm running behind. That's a fact. There's a lot of stuff. The phone call was hitting me earlier.
Yeah, just give me a minute here.
All
Let
right.
me get Wilfred Rattigan in, because we only have some time leaving Roots FM, but we're still going to continue on the Make We Talk program until about 12:30. Mr. Rattigan, come on back in here, sir. It's a call for action to all Jamaicans from all over, from all walks of life. And the call for action is for what, sir?
Hold on 1 second.
If you're just joining us, we're live on
Yes.
the Make We Talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, the call for action is for us to become united. Because at the end of the day, we have one common enemy, and the one common enemy is the Jamaican government. And why is it an enemy? It's an enemy because of the way it's treating our people. It's completely disregarded everything that it said it was going to do in the manifesto, and now they're creeping towards a dictatorship. Some people might say they're running towards it. The way they're treating people. People are afraid to speak out in Jamaica. And I can't recall a time like drastic the way it is right now in Jamaica. So this is a call for people in Jamaica, outside of Jamaica, to come together and say enough is enough. We're tired of the promises. We're tired of the corruption and the scandals. We're tired of the arrogance. You know, we're just sick and tired of everything that's going on. As I said earlier, Jamaica is uniquely positioned to be a very, very successful nation, geographically and otherwise. But it's not happening. And it's not happening because we have poor leadership. We have leadership whose priorities are friends and families. The people don't even count. It's just friends and family. And it cannot be allowed to continue like this. So people know we'll have to, and I think, what was it? I think it was Martin Luther King Jr. who said it best. He said that if you haven't found a reason or anything to die for, then life's not worth living. And I'm willing to die for this issue. I'm willing to die for this issue. People die for family members. Some people die for them cars, some for them girlfriends, some this, that. But this is one issue I'm prepared to die for, because at the end of the day, we're all one. I mean, if you go back and you do like one of those charts, those pending charts or whatever, you'll find that most, if not all, Jamaicans are related.
Yes.
You know, you don't have to go back too far, maybe 4 or 5 on the chart, and you'll find that we're all linked. We're all related. And we cannot allow the government to come in and just do whatever they want to do. They show up. Now you see them dancing. And dancing is a new
man, I'm gonna show that one, you know.
Oh, okay.
But I want to show the Bounty Killer audio clipping first.
Okay.
Jamaicans.
Yeah, so now you see them Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
No. So now you see them doing all kinds of, foolishness. You didn't see them before from 2020. You didn't see them too often. Now you're gonna see them a lot, right? And they're gonna come and they're gonna try and make that connection once again to the people. They're gonna come and they're gonna say, "We are like you. We feel your pain. We dance like you. We eat like you. Our culture is the same." You're gonna see that. You're gonna see it. And what people don't, that's what I'm saying, that it's a call for action. It's a call for action to rebuff those efforts, to say, no. We're used to this now. Fool me once, shame on who? Shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You cannot afford to be fooled twice, Jamaican people. We see enough. And we know this playbook. We've seen it before, and it's coming back again. And so now you're going to see them push out all kinds of gimmicks, all kinds of tricks to get you to forget about your circumstances. Because look, after the dancing done, you have to go home and face the fact that you don't have no food. No, I'm not getting, but you have to go home and say that you don't have no food. After the fancy speeches, you have to go home and realize that you don't have any food on your table. Right?
Yes.
After you watch a man wear a clocks, you have to realize that you shouldn't even have to wait until after I'm done, after I'm gone. But you need to realize that me not have no clocks. Me not have no clocks. And the reason why him have a clocks is because of me. Me put him in another position there. Forget the clocks. And me not have no clocks. And me I go celebrate the fact that him have a clocks. You see, it don't make any sense. It don't make any sense.
We don't have enough time leaving roots. I want to just do this before I say bye-bye and continue. Hold on for me. This is what well-known entertainer.
You take the Prime Minister clocks from him. Is that it?
Right?
We're gonna play an audio clipping from well-known Jamaican artist who has been hitting out strongly against what is going on in the land of wood and water. And when you see entertainers doing this, it's to show you that enough is enough. And the time has come for us to stop this PNP and JLP and think about Jamaica. Listen to this audio clipping from Bounty Killer.
Them like them friend and who them mother and them papa and them granny did vote for. Tradition politics them a vote for. Me vote for Jamaica. I'm in love, freedom, and happiness and goodness. Me not like PMP, me not like GLP, me like Jamaicans. And Jamaicans not playing that. They're playing PMP and GLP. Half of the country, 3/4 of the country are PMP and GLP at them cause all the way are going to stay with we. Because we don't want to get with
The volume, Jeffrey.
Oh, hold on.
them like them like them friend and who them mother and them papa and them granny did vote for. Tradition politics them a vote for. Me vote for Jamaica. I'm in love, freedom, and happiness and goodness. Me not like PMP, me not like GLP, me like Jamaicans. And Jamaicans not playing that. They're playing PMP and GLP. Half of the country, 3/4 of the country are PMP and GLP at them cause all the way are going to stay with we. Because we don't want to get with the PMP, we can't get rid of them. When we want to get rid of GLP, we can't. A new party we want, not GLP and PMP, I know them. Had them hell way to all the foolishness we've been going through.
My. You can hear the passion in the man's voice. That enough is enough. Now I'm going to show you a video before we go off roots. With the Foreign Affairs Minister dancing away Jamaican foreign policy. I hope YouTube don't block me from this. She's doing a thing they call, what they call it, the zip or drift?
Drift.
Yes. Watch this, Jamaica.
Come, Minister.
It is 12 o'clock. Hold on for me, Wilfred Rattigan. It is 12 o'clock. We're going to say goodbye to Roots 96.1 FM, the voice of the inner city, the best radio station in the inner city. This is the Make We Talk program. On the behalf of all of us of the Make We Talk program, we're turning to the studios of Roots 96.1 FM. We'll stay online here for a couple more minutes before we go to WZP and WZOP. Mr. Rattigan, Mr. Axis, take it away. Mr. Rattigan, you see what's going on? They're dancing Jamaican foreign policy away.
Yeah, no man, she drift far from the policy, brother. She gone, man. Gone. Like keep it on that, so them gone. She gone, man.
My God.
She did that dance. Meanwhile, guess what? Guyana get ready to go to war with Venezuela, and she's supposed to be present or at least be active. Play an active role in that because she said she depend on foreign relations to carry come and all of that stuff. This a go on, and where she there? She drift. I mean, it's so appropriate. She drift. How was she drifting? She's drifting away from what she's supposed to be doing. And you say, no, look at it. People are gonna remember her more for this than remember her for her faith. Yeah, man. She dance. Some people say she dance. Some people say she dance to me. You know, it's funny, you know, because I was talking to a friend of mine over the weekend. He said to me, say, you know what? Her husband must have to ask her at some point in time. He must have to ask her, where you and this man, Rattigan? What happened between you and him? You know him? What you do? Why just depend yourself? Because this is unusual. And let me just clear up the record, and I hope her husband is watching. Or maybe family or friends or associates watching. Please tell Mr. Smith, the minister's husband, that I've never met his wife. I've never had a conversation with her. I don't know her.
Mr. Rattigan, are you sure, sir?
Let me see now. Let me see. No, but what I'm sure of is that she violated the laws and the regulations of Jamaica. That I'm absolutely sure about. 100% sure about it. You know? And I say that without any fear of being contradicted or sued. Because I have the documentation to prove that she did. So she can go and dance and carry on. You know, maybe this is what she was doing when the ambassador to the United Nations sat in his chair waiting for them to tell him how to vote, and he couldn't get the vote. Maybe she was a busy at dance and forgets that she needs for a job work for them. Maybe that's what happened. And then you can name the myriad of things that she's done, or she hasn't done since 2016. We can go before 2016. You know, we can go to the AJ Nicholson thing. You know, we can go to the man who the blind, the visual impaired senator that, you know, she insulted him in yeah, we have whole heap. We can talk about the UNESCO vote, the UNESCO vote, the Ukraine, the students them. In fact, let me make it clear that it was Herb Nelson, and I forget that man credit to know. He not get enough credit, believe me. Herb Nelson and but primarily Herb Nelson was responsible for getting that Jamaican out of the Ukraine. The man called me desperate. Him and his wife and children of the Ukraine. And it's Herb Nelson had to guide him and get him to a military position. I mean, a U.S. military position where they took care of him and he was able to leave. It wasn't the government of Jamaica who helped him. It was Herb Nelson. The same man you see right, that's why I drive. Right? The man called me, I call Herb, and the two of us start link up, and then Herb called some people when we in the military and make some links and things like that. So it's a lot you have to answer for. In fact, our own people describe her to me as the duncest, most ill-equipped person to become the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade in the history of Jamaica. She's been there. They said she's probably the longest serving Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, and she's still making dumb mistakes. Some of them are not mistakes. Some of them intentional. But some of them she just don't know what she do. She know what she do. And this is the thing, Jamaica. That's why we said there's a call to action. We cannot afford to countenance this and said, this is the best we have as representatives. You know, our own people, them said to me, because I had said last week on the program that she's a brilliant mind, and our own people said to me, no, that's not true. She's not brilliant. She's not brilliant. Here are some things that came out of a discussion I had with our folks. They're telling me that do not forget the role that her upbringing played in where she is now. Her upbringing, number one, because her father was the ambassador, high commissioner to the UK, right? And he was well known, well liked.
You're an ambassador.
Yeah. So they said, don't forget her father.
He was the UN ambassador too?
No, I think he was the high commissioner. I don't know if he was.
Yeah, he was high commissioner. Then he became UN ambassador. I think it was
okay. So don't forget that connection. They said. They also said to me, don't forget the connection of, and this is something that we don't like to talk about in Jamaica, but it's very relevant and it's very present. The issue of color. They said, don't forget the issue of color with that place. So you have classism and you have colorism. And then they said, don't forget gender. She's a petite, you know, my friend, and I'm not gonna do an ISAT now. I'm not gonna do an ISAT now. I'm gonna quote a friend of mine, right, said to me, call it spoil white. He said that's what JamaiCAN spoil white, them called a complexion there, right? They're not fully white, but them are not black, right? So,
them are blinky tree.
Yeah, so you have colorism, you have classism, you have connections. And one of the connections that I wasn't paying attention to was school, the alumni association, Campion. I wasn't paying attention to that. And them said, them people look out for each other like nothing else. It's almost like it's like a lodge thing, like the alumni association, the Campion association. Them said, them look out for each other, right? So that's one of the those are some of the reasons why she's not going anywhere, right? The prime minister will keep her, although she's a demonstrated flunky. He has to keep her there because he must go deal with all of this other pressure if I'm trying to get rid of her. But she has been there now 7 going on 8 years. I'll never forget in 2016, it was September 2016, she made a promise in New York, tell people that they're trying to come up with a mechanism so that the diaspora can serve in the Senate and vote. She said that. It said, we're trying to come up with something like that, right? And the diaspora go wild. Yeah! Ask them now, where are those promises? I mean, it's garbage.
They said that because they need diaspora money. We're going to have Carlos come in on then, Sir Nelson. Carlos?
Yeah.
Call to action.
You know, I did certain videos on my.
I can't hear Carlos.
Can you hear me good now? Can you hear me better? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Herb? Will, can you hear me? Jeffrey?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Will can hear you. I don't understand how Herb not hearing you.
For some reason, I couldn't hear.
Go ahead now.
So I look at things where on my program I have some videos that I've been using this word more often, engineered hardship. Because things don't make sense to you. Because you have a lady like this over the foreign as a foreign minister, right? Foreign policy minister. And we know that she has been in her job, but she's not been removed. Our national security minister is not a crime fighter, he's a doctor. He's still in that era, them now moving. The health minister is not a doctor. As far as I know, he have no medical background, so I don't see what he's talking. But he's in a room talking with doctors and people from the medical profession if he understand what they're speaking. So he's not a doctor. He is failing in Jamaica. The education minister don't have any background as far as my knowledge in teaching and education. So schools are failing in Jamaica. So when we look on all these things and me I say it's all engineered. It's all engineered because don't tell me say the labor right now better don't have teachers where they could have put where the education minister supposed to go. Don't tell me they have doctors could have gone where the the health minister supposed to go. Don't tell me that they're not people from security background would be a national security minister more knowledgeable person to be a foreign minister than this lady right here. So in my case, I'm gonna look at it. It's engineered. These people are not that dumb, brother. They're not that dumb.
It's just that when you look on the whole scenario, and we have to wrap up anytime soon because I got to go on the next program. But I want Mr. Nelson to come in and tell us the call to action. What should Jamaicans do now? Sir Nelson?
Well, if you're Jamaican, a former Jamaican, which you'll never be, because once you're born there, it don't leave you, right? And the irony is, your kids love Jamaica. They see Jamaica and they embrace it. And they want to know more. They want to learn more. So the call to action is not just for you as a Jamaican, but for your kids and their kids if you're that old, right? And what you have to do is get on YouTube, watch the news, look at programs like this one, like Reason with Rattigan, and like JamaiCAN Carlos, and like the town hall with Wayne Lonesome on a Sunday night. When you look at those different, and there are other people talking about what's going on. If it hurt you, if you feel in your soul that you're being betrayed by these people who have no transparency whatsoever, who's unaccountable to anybody, then you need to take action, whether it's a letter writing to the High Commission where you are, or to the ambassador, whether it's a letter writing to the Palace of King Charles where you have the communications managers that receive his mail. And whatever you write, send it to your local newspaper and ask them to publish it. Send it to the editor. Write an editorial wherever you are. Talk about Jamaica. And we're not bashing Jamaica. We're bashing the people who are so damn corrupt, unaccountable, and need to be removed. That's what it comes down to. No matter how much they come out and tell you they have accomplished, we can praise them for giving one or two homes here and there. We can praise them for helping out people like Peanut Dread and others that they use for their own hype. But what it comes down to, they have to stop using people. Don't make them use you. Don't make them pay you $5,000 for your vote, because they're gaining 100 million, 20 million a year for 5 years. That's how much they'll gain. So when if you have to take the money because you're hungry, take the money and vote your conscience, because you're not supposed to get that hungry to where you have to go grab money to go vote for somebody. That is totally unaccountable to the people of Jamaica. And we, the diaspora, have to be the ones that educate your relatives, friends, and others in Jamaica as to what the issues are, and make sure you're getting through to them. And tell them, stop this foolishness of running around and praising people and wearing colors without understanding what it is you're involved with, without understanding how to get your fellow Jamaicans out of the deep garbage that they're immersed in
Yeah.
to where they can enjoy life. All right. So thank you, Jeffrey, for the presentation. And thanks to my fellow panelists as well.
Will, go ahead.
Let me just say something quickly. Carlos mentioned, like he said, I think he said engineered failure, that phrase. And you have to agree with him when he said engineered failure, because here's what happened. I just pull up something here. Bobby Montague, right? He has a background in agriculture, right? He's a farmer. He went to the School of Agriculture. He's eminently qualified to take over that ministry. But where did they put him? They put him in charge of national security and then move him to transportation. And then now he resigned. He resigned from his ministerial position, and now he's, for all intents and purposes, a backbencher, right? Even though he carries tremendous clout in the party. So the Ministry of Agriculture, it's run now by Mr. Green, right? Floyd Green. Now, Floyd Green is a lawyer by training. He was also junior ministry in the Ministry of Agriculture. But if you listen to him speak, he's a dynamic speaker, right? He can put his words together. He probably should go over to the Ministry of Justice and remove Delroy Chuck, because Minister Chuck has demonstrated to us in the past several weeks, maybe over the past several years, but definitely over the past several weeks, that he's not in full control of everything that comes out of his head, because he said one thing.
Termite.
Is that what it is?
So termite is not in brain.
Then Carlos mentioned Favor Williams. Favor Williams went to two of the finest schools in the world. She have a bachelor's in economics from Harvard and a master's from the Wharton School of Business, University of Pennsylvania. She's eminently qualified to take over the finance ministry. But they had her in technology ministry at one point, and now she's over at education ministry. And she's clearly a fish out of water. She's floundering. She has no idea what she's doing. And if you didn't know that she went to these two fine institutions, but you just watched her performance, you said this woman is a jackass of the highest order. If you didn't know that she was educated, just by how she's performing in the Ministry of Education, I'm sure if she went to the Ministry of Finance, she'd be great, because that's her forte. But they put her someplace where, she's going to fail, and she's failing right now. Then you have Ed Bartlett, Minister Ed Bartlett. He was a junior minister in the Ministry of Finance and Public Service. He has a finance background, but he's the Minister of Tourism, right? Then you have Dr. Horace Chan, a medical doctor who's not over at the Ministry of Health and Wellness, but he's over at the Ministry of National Security. Some people have proposed for him to be acting Minister of Health and Wellness, and they said that he's sleeping on the job. So I don't know what's going on there with him. Maybe he should just be an interim minister. Then Minister Nigel Clark, PhD in philosophy regarding the discipline of mathematics and statistics. They said, no disrespect, but they said he should be in charge of statin. And move favor to Ministry of Finance, because that's her background. Pernell Charles Jr., he's a lawyer. Where did they have him? They had him at one point as junior minister in the Ministry of National Security. They had him at Ministry of Agriculture. Now he's Ministry of something else. They moved him. Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, right? Junior minister in the Ministry of National Security. She should be
National Security.
Yeah, she should be in the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment, and Sports. Or better yet, based on the recent performance, this dance performance by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, and the fact that the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, she loves to do yoga and she loves jogging. She's a fitness freak, so maybe she should be in charge of Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment, and Sports. So and Minister Christoph Dunn, he has a marketing PhD, a PhD in marketing, packaging information. He probably should be Minister of Information, and then you move Mr. Morgan, Robert Morgan, move him and put him someplace else, make him a backbencher because he's not doing a good job. And I'll never forget
he just loves to misinform.
Yeah, but he's not even doing a good job. You must misinform on things that people can't find out readily. Him come out and say, we're under the JLP under the PNP, crime is going up and up and up and up, and under the JLP, crime is going down and down and down and down. I wonder what statistics this man is looking at. Because since the JLP took over in 2016, the murder rate has not been below 1,208, and that's what they got it at. They got it from the PNP at 1,208. So if you want to impress me, get it at 1,208 or below, and I'll be impressed. Otherwise, I'm not impressed, especially since you said that you've spent more money than any other administration to fight crime. And you come up with all kinds of initiatives, including unconstitutional initiatives, the one called state of emergency, right? I don't know why the PNP not sue them for violating it, because it's twice now in the last month and a half or so that they've declared state of emergency. And by the way, shame on you, Mr. Governor General. You should be ashamed of yourself. And that's why we need to, when it's a call for action, Carlos, the call for action is also to write the king, to let the king know what's going on with the Governor General in him proclaiming states of emergency when the court has already ruled that that states of emergency as implemented by the court are unconstitutional. Go to the Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation website, ojldf.org. You'll see a letter there. It's a prototype. I actually sent that to the king already, but I didn't ask him for a response. I asked him to take appropriate action against the Governor General. Folks, you need to go there, and Herb Nelson, this Saturday, we'll put up the email addresses for Buckingham Palace and the king, so that you can write him, because we don't need one letter with 1,000 signatures. We need 1,000 letters. They can ignore one letter with 1,000 signatures and throw it away, but it's difficult for them to ignore 1,000 letters. So that's where I'll stop.
Yes. I want to show something before I go. Carlos, you have 2 minutes to wrap up, but before I go, I want to show something, because I got to go in a couple of minutes. I want to show that was sent to me by one of our good friends. Wilfred Rattigan, good friend, my good friend, Herb, good friend, and now Carlos, good friend. Just sent something to me a while ago. I think we'll know what I'm talking about, you know. You know, a lot of Jamaicans are calling for Wilfred Rattigan. And a survey was done at one point on a former program hosted by Andre Stevenson, where 91% of Jamaicans is saying that Rattigan should come home and sort the country out. Let us watch this video here for a short time, because I have to go. I can't stay too long on here. Hold on for me, please, because I am not that when it comes on to technology, all that, you know. So just bear with me here.
I want you guys to take a look at this.
Hold on.
Now, this is a screenshot that was sent to me on Monday, the 24th of April. Now, I don't know when this poll took place, but this is a listener who was on Andre Stevens live some time ago. I'm not quite sure when this poll was taken. I'm not quite sure. But I'm assuming that it's recent, and I'm assuming that it's genuine. But this poll, the person sent me this screenshot, and it shows that regarding the current commissioner of police, Anderson, is 9% people. 9% of the entire people who were polling at the time saw Anderson as an effective commissioner. They don't want him. That is very dismal. That's almost like 100%. It's like nobody believes in this man. Wilfred Rattigan, who lives overseas, who has not been yet tried and tested. People have chosen him 91%. In other words, 9 out of every 10 Jamaicans are basically, if this was a nice sample, because this was 1,721 votes. And if we look at this sample, this is a sample that most pollsters use. I don't know if this was the final results of the polling or at what stage this actually this screenshot was taken. But it is clear to see, but I have no doubt that this would reflect the basic position of the Jamaican people. Now,
The basic position of the Jamaican people. It is showing me here that on the show that night, 1,721 people voted that night. 1,721 people voted that night for who they think would be a best commissioner of police for Jamaica. And not because he's our friend, and we call each other now and again, and we chat stupidness sometimes, and we talk seriousness a lot of time. But I think he'd do a damn great good job as commissioner of police for Jamaica. Very good job. Carlos, your final words before we go.
My final word is my appeal to everybody in the social media space. Anybody seeing this video or hearing my voice. My people on my platform, Facebook and YouTube, please, you know me long time, come in the sacrifice. We come out here, so people, for years, now make the money. When this was popular, I will take on this because we alone some inspire me. We do it for a better Jamaica. People, so let's farm behind these people. Let's rally behind these people. Let's unite for a cause. This is a call to action, people, moment. So we want to guide them, the eyes them just to us, rally behind this cause. You understand me? Watch Herb's space. Watch Rattigan's space. Lonesome, Tavares, my space. Listen, people, because as we come with new ideas and new movement with this togetherness, we want you guys first to hear it. But people join behind the phone there. Donate to Rattigan. It's basically, let me say it from long time, me say it's our stuff. What me say? The foundation is ours. Ratty never tell me that. And me, I claim it and grab it for myself too. Because him not fight himself alone. He not hungry. He not fight himself alone. He not suffer. He not under oppression. He not fight for everybody. And like what the member right here said, we are fighting for picking away overseas when we come to Jamaica yet. And their lineage. Let's do this, people, once and for all. I beg you for the support. Support this One Jamaica Defense Fund and support the cause, people. We're going to stand up. We're going to stand up for our cause once and for all. Our people in Jamaica are weak right now. They are not strong enough to do it, people. They are oppressed. We over here, we are strong. We have the strength. Let's use these people and send back some volt of electricity to our brothers and sisters in Jamaica and charge up the battery again.
Let me just say, Jeffrey, before you go, that this Saturday we're having the second installment of the Diaspora Round Robin, and at 3 o'clock this Saturday, 3 o'clock on Reason with Rattigan, the program will be devoted to a range of issues, and we'll have a lot of people who are united in the fight against corrupt government in Jamaica. So we're going to have people like JamaiCAN Carlos, Jeffrey McQuittock Tavares, the People's Defender. We're going to have Herb Nelson. We're going to have the man in the wilderness, the renegade who not afraid, Wayne Lonesome. We're going to have our beloved sister, Maria. I just got a commitment from a lawyer who is a very outspoken advocate in New York, Michelle Bowen. She's going to be on it. And we're trying to get a few other people. Did I leave anybody out, Jeff? Well, anyway, people tune in this Saturday at 3 p.m. on Reason with Rattigan, the YouTube channel, or you can find us on Reggae Global Radio at 3 p.m. this Saturday, Reason with Rattigan, and we're going to have a round robin. And we're going to open up the phone lines very early so that we can hear from you. We can hear from you on what, because the ideas are not just housed in just the people on the panel. Because you in the diaspora, you in Jamaica who are not members of the panel, you have ideas too. And we want to hear from you because we may be going down the wrong path, right? And if we can get a course correction based on something that you can come up with, and we will gladly do so. But it will give us a chance to strengthen, to refine our ideas. And again, as we move forward in unison, right? We don't move forward in disunity. We move forward in unison because that's the only way these people will get the message and will do what's required. And maybe what's required of them is to resign. Some of them should resign. But again, tune in for a fulsome argument concerning all of these issues this Saturday, 3 p.m. on Reason with Rattigan. You'll find us on Reggae Global Radio. You can Google Reggae Global Radio, or you can go to YouTube, Reason with Rattigan, 3 o'clock. We'll all will be there, and we expect you to join us as well. Thank you.
You know, I think you're asking who else will be on. I think you're gonna have Luke George Pope, Herbert Nelson Jr., Wayne, Carlos, myself,
Maria,
and the lawyer lady.
Maria and
Michelle. And Michelle.
Yeah.
Yes, we're gonna be a host of people going to be on. So join us this Saturday on Research Rattigan, where we're gonna have the second series of the diaspora round table, round robin rather, not round table, round robin. We're not gonna have any spirit to drink, you know, a little bit drunk, bro, but none of that. We're gonna talk about things. This is where we're gonna say. I don't know if so Nelson, you wanna say something before you go, sir?
Nah, well, look, everybody that's gonna be there are people who are committed to the future of Jamaica. I just want to make that very clear. We're not beating down Jamaica. We are asking for transparency and accountability for everything that Jamaica has received, and that we continue to send to Jamaica. Show us some transparency and be accountable when asked questions. That's it.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. This is where I say so long from here until you hear my voice at 1 o'clock again. We're having a discussion at 1 o'clock on the WZPP and WZOP radio here in South Florida. May God bless you, and thanks to Herbert Nelson Jr., Wilfred Rattigan, JamaiCAN Carlos. I am Jeffrey Tavares saying so long until you hear your voice again. May God bless you, and may God bless Jamaica land we love. We'll see you on the other side at 1 o'clock.
All right.
All right, Carlos, Will, Jeffrey, blessings.
Have a good day, everyone.
All right.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must